my daughter once remarked, "You're so weird, Dad." And to be fair, I was just following a pretty awesome karaoke session we were having. So I kind of just replied without any thought that it's better than being normal, and it's kind of stuck with me in that sense. Good morning. My name does actually happen to be Mark Sawhill. You could say I somewhat received a crash course in being different as a child. I am colorblind, so when I was coloring in kindergarten, one of my classmates asked me why I was coloring my ocean purple. And to me, purple and blue are exactly the same color, so I had no idea, and it just started from there to be able to really see how different everyone can be with traits that are born into them. A little bit of background on that, I guess, is my easiest way to explain it is like if I look at a rainbow, I would see a strip of blue and a strip of yellow. Whereas, there's usually like the Roy G. Biv, I can cognitively understand what the rainbow should look like, but all I see is those two big strips there. So, that's one of the things I do take pride in myself about is that with that knowledge of the inability of some people to change things, that you can have to accept things in people and, just a general sense of acceptance. I had the advantage of seeing this world through this literal different lens, and nothing really can change your worldview like bringing children into it. So I ended up graduating high school the year many of you likely started kindergarten, so that's another fun little tidbit. Since then, I've had a circuitous route of stumbling into adulthood. I became a husband, a father, the bookstore manager, and bought a house all in the same year. It was quite intense, and I went a little out of order there, as I did the growing up before I found out what I wanted to do when I grew up. Just in the last year, watching one of my favorite shows, actually Suits, I found out that I wanted to become a lawyer. It tends to work well with the way my brain works, kind of a black and white, right or wrong, a sense of just and unjust, if you will. So I'm taking classes to become a lawyer, but in another unconditional way I tend to do things is doing that through philosophy. When I looked into pre-law for ASU and transferring there, it essentially is just a basic understanding of classes you should have leading up to getting into law school, one of which being public speaking. So I decided that the philosophy is going to be a good way for me to go. If I don't end up going into law school, that just having the general philosophy major would be a decent bachelor's to have for all the resumes and all of that moving forward. So when I graduate from here, I'll have an Associates of Arts in Philosophy, and then I'll also get an AAS in Paralegal Studies from Phoenix College, because I found out that they can use all of my elective courses to do the law